the hit for England. Looking for a ricochet. Something we've seen quite a bit in this tournament. The strong ball into the circle, just looking for a deflection.
Yeah, you're looking for a deflection or to hit a foot or hit a body, and you're really relying on a little bit of luck there. And hopefully it didn't come off that time for England.
Atif to Irfan, and we've seen that quite a bit in this tournament too, with the spongy pitch, a little bit softer and difficult to control the ball, particularly at speed. That one just slightly lifted by Irfan.
But England are prepared to attack tonight. They're having a real go at the Pakistan defence. Garcia's getting involved very early in the game.
Well, they've got absolutely nothing to lose, have they? No. They're on the bottom of the table at the moment, so they may as well have a go. I'm sure Barry Dancer has spoken to them about that over the last 2 days.
Because their next 2 games are very important as well. If they win this one, then they could get out of playing for 5th and 6th and missing out on the next Champions Trophy.
Well, that's fate befell the Germans in Lahore last year, where they played Spain in the playoff for 5 and 6, and the Germans missing out. You couldn't believe it, could you, if the Dutch are in that situation and they miss out, the world champions?
It'd be a shame.
They play the Netherlands in the last match, so perhaps their destiny will be in their own hands. England being Netherlands. The game will be on Friday. Of course, Pakistan play Australia on Friday in their final game. Should be an entertaining match.
Now, they're the best games to play, and I think every Australian hockey player aspires to playing against Pakistan at some stage in their career.
Well, the standard bearers for so long, weren't they, along with India, but particularly Pakistan. Opportunity now, and on the reverse, and that one was a vicious swipe coming from Nadeem.
They're impossible to tackle because the stick's starting to swing, and if you get in too close, you're going to get hit. If you stay away, then you've got a chance of getting hit as well.
Takes some courage, that. So an opportunity for England, but well done. Pakistan. It was Ahmed who cut that one off, got it to Atif, and here's Irfan, and Irfan just stumbling. Looks up to Garth Proudfoot and says, "How about that, umpire?" And the decision going the way of Mohammed Irfan. Well, Billy Ward did okay there, just got a little bit tangled up. Free hit just outside the circle. Here's Bashir. Back to Usman. Hassling defence from England. And well done by John Wyatt. The English team in this tournament have attempted to change their style of play too. I know the Australians commented after the match between Australia and England that they felt that the defensive players from England just a little bit confused sometimes with their game plan, not quite comfortable with it as yet.
Yeah, they're trying to play a lot like Australia. Obviously with Barry Dancer there, he's trying to get them to be a little bit more attacking, and as you see from the start of this game, they've been trying to get more numbers in the circle, players to the baseline and get the ball in the circle.
They certainly look athletically like they've got what's required, the English team, and just taking a little time to settle with the new game plan. There's Callum Giles onto the pitch, number 26. There he is with the headband. Of course, at the World Cup last year, the substitution at the penalty corner was allowed, and Callum Giles, along with Bram Lomans, 2 of the featured players at that World Cup, but the rules, of course, changing now, and no substitutions allowed. Lomans injured his wrist in the opening game, and we haven't seen him since. Opportunity for England, and James Wallis. Plenty of pace.
Probably unlucky not to get a corner there, because the Pakistan player held onto his shirt and stopped him from getting to the circle.
War's strong cross was looking for Ben Sharp, but deflected by Mohammed Saklain. Here's Giles. Again, another one of those lifted balls on the cross, just off balance, Callum Giles.
Yes, you've got to ask the question, the way the rule is now, whether you need a specialist corner player, because you don't tend to get too many corners now.
Yeah, if the substitution rule wasn't the death knell for the specialist penalty corner player, the new foot interpretation certainly is.
Could be.
Although Lohmann's looked pretty comfortable in defence for the Netherlands in the opening game, and so it'll be interesting to see if they persevere. Here's Giles. Nice ball for Garcia. Back to Brett Gerard. Not able to penetrate the defence. Had an opportunity there, England, but just weren't able to make the most of their chance.
No, Pakistan are starting to play a little bit tighter in defence. After the first 15 minutes, getting England having a few goal shots, I think scared Pakistan off a little bit.
Well, that one eludes everybody. Abbas has to go back to clean up. And with pace, it's Javed, but he looked like he was about to get hold of that one, Kasif Javed, but the ball beat him. Here's Usman. Go inside. Will safely go. Well, did it hit the side? Looked like it came off the post, but just catching the side of the goal, rebounding back in. But English players just for a moment thinking the ball was still alive. So coming up to 20 minutes gone now, no score yet. Opportunity for Pakistan again. They stream forward. This is Ahmed. Goes outside, and that one not troubling Simon Mason.
They're just still directing their passes at the moment, Pakistan, when they get into the circle. But it's pleasing to see they're playing with width today and trying to get the ball into the circle as much as possible.
Wyatt with a big clearance. He was looking for Andy Humphrey, but Humphrey just not able to control that one. There's been plenty of attack, but not too many opportunities to score. The English have had the better of that statistic. A couple of penalty corners for them. Excellent opportunity early when Stuart Head was on the far post, but wasn't able to tip the ball in. There's Shabazz. We haven't seen much of him. Mohammed Shabazz Jr. Here's a tee. He looked to shoot, but hassled just enough, and the ball just ran away out of his control. But a tee for Shear, ready to take that shot on goal. Well, whilst they're moving forward, they really haven't looked too dangerous yet, Pakistan.
They're struggling a bit, and they're actually playing Shabazz on the left wing today, so I think that's why they're playing the 5-3-2-1. They believe they're probably a better chance playing that style, but Shabazz is probably not getting enough ball for him to penetrate into the English defence.
Here's War. Shabazz nearly getting into the action there. Johnson goes to Gerard, back to Johnson. Callum Giles again, just not able to direct the pass to the teammate. Here's Shabazz. Has that right knee heavily strapped, Shabazz, but doesn't seem to be affecting him too much. Nadeem is looking inside, but Garcia was there. Here's War looking for a way forward. Had Daniel Hall on the outside, but decided to go inboard to Wallis.
Russell Garcia needed to run with him there. He stopped as soon as the ball was passed to him. He stopped in the middle of the field. Maybe he's feeling a little bit tired, but he needs to get up there to be in support.
It's one of the things we have noticed with this new foot interpretation, that about 10 minutes more play, and I think the players are feeling the effects.
But it's fantastic though. I mean, if the ball's in play 10 to 12 more minutes, and it can only benefit the game.
Here's Nadeem. 13 minutes remain on the clock in the opening half. No scorers yet. Sucklane goes back to Salim. Back to Sucklane. Nice ball and an opportunity, and well done by Simon Mason. The shot was certainly in the right direction from Kasif Javed.
It's a great save by Simon Mason there, but Pakistan found the gap in behind Russell Garcia. Oh, great save. He's actually saved it with his glove behind his pad, so he's covered it very, very well.
So Simon Mason averting disaster for England. Well, not quite disaster, but certainly they would have been one down there without any doubt. But the left glove was just there. And just the ball going off the stick of Brett Garrard, and it bobbled menacingly in the circle.
It's starting to get a bit of a roll on Pakistan, and when they start doing this, they're a very dangerous side to play against.
English defence under plenty of pressure. You see this with the Australian women's team. They continually attack, and if you can do that, then the chances are sooner or later you'll score. Here's Sucklane. Goes to Shabazz. Ricochets off Daniel Hall, and looking for Artif in the circle. John Wyatt. They don't have much time to rest, the English defence. Pakistan not letting them run the ball out of defence without too much ease. Ben Sharp, and not able to find Garcia.
Not a lot of support there for Crutchley. He struggled to find anybody. They all tended to run away and stand behind their opponents.
Korean umpire Jin Soo Han just not happy with that, so we'll have a replay. Callum Giles is keen to get into the action. Ward just patting that one down. John Wyatt. Well, I'm sure Pakistan would like to score in the next few minutes, just coming up to inside 10 minutes now. Sucklane goes right, then left. Nice little lifted pass from Ahmed. Back to Ahmed now. There's Shabazz on his inside. Now he's outside as he goes towards the sideline. Garcia, though, was there, did well. So a little competition between themselves, Ahmed and Garcia. The ball trapped between the two 25-yard lines at the moment. And well done. Here's Nadeem with pace. Really was with him, sliding. And Garth Proudfoot not happy with that. Reaches for the pocket.
It's going to be a card. You can't deliberately slide across and try and make a tackle because you're getting your whole body in the way.
So the green card for Billy Waugh. Bradford just making the adjustments and will indicate the play can continue. There's War. Sucklane. Still no score. It's a crucial game for Pakistan if they wish to keep their Champions Trophy hopes alive. They were second last year in Lahore, lost the final to the Netherlands. Here's Bashir. These players are not at all happy with that decision. Sawa been the key scorer for Pakistan in their 3 matches to date. Scored twice, but certainly not the goal scoring machine that we would expect for Pakistan. Nadeem, and the cross was a good one, and Javed was on the spot but not able to get the stick on it.
That's what they're very, very good at. They normally just run down the flanks, belt the ball across, and you don't see them very often miss too many opportunities.
Wallis finds Russell Garcia. Going back to Johnson and back to Wyatt. Set up again. This is Bertram. War. The idea was right from Hearn, but just couldn't get the ball outside. He was looking for Brett Garrard. Wazim Ahmed. Nicely to Sucklane. Rebound. We're not able to get control at the moment, the English team. They just need to find some crisp passes. Here's War. What can he do? William War. Not much at the moment.
Pakistan have fallen back into a press, but England really needed to put one of those few opportunities they had on early in the game away.
We made mention at the time that they don't come all that often, the opportunity against Pakistan, and with 2 penalty corners and a couple of good shots, and the stick bringing down, was it Mark Hearn? I think so, and he goes down. Penalty corner.
Just caught him on the foot there.
Well, just as we say, they have to make the most of the opportunities. They get another one.
Getting all their corners, though, without their specialist corner here to flicker at the moment, so I'm sure Giles will be a little bit upset that he's not on the field.
Well, Giles was there for a little while, but not at the moment. Garcia is, as is Tom Bertrand. Garcia, and a good variation, and they go 1 up. Garcia was ready to fire that toward goal, but went inside, and well done.
Yeah, it's a fantastic goal there. They actually scored that one, the same sort of goal in the Commonwealth Games against Australia. They hit the post once against Australia with this one as well, but Garcia's just found the pusher out, perfect shot in the far corner.
Good angle of it here. Quazim running out, but no problems.
Perfect, absolutely perfect. And there's set plays that you work at for hours and hours and hours of training, and when it comes off, it's a pleasure.
So England go 1 up, just inside 5 minutes remaining in the opening half. James Wallis, but rebound with Atif Bashir. Goes to Sucklane, back to Bashir. And again, Atif Bashir's been busy here. Does he get an opportunity? He does. On the reverse, Mason was there. And, well, the ball, I believe from the umpire, not controlled by Mason perhaps, but gee, he didn't have much opportunity, the English keeper.
No, I thought it was a fantastic save. As we see the shot again here, it's the old tomahawk shot. Mason's made a fantastic, and that's not dangerous at all. The ball's fallen to the English player rather than to anywhere near the Pakistan player, but the umpires deemed it dangerous, so they're going to have to face Abbas, who is one flicker.
So not able to be trapped by Wasim. Back to Abbas now, and he wanted to flick anyway, Abbas, so he did it into the circle, albeit along the ground. So a missed opportunity for Pakistan.
I'll be disappointed with that when you've got one of the world's best flickers in your corner battery and not to be able to trap the ball. But as we've seen through the whole tournament, that side, the ball does bobble out.
It's been one of the consistencies through this tournament, the difficulty that teams have had down in that corner. Here's Pern, just looking to go to Wallis, but well cut out. English players not at all happy again.
I think he's got it for a stick check on that one. Or maybe a deliberate foot, but I think it was more of an accidental feet. He's just tried to recover the tackle and the Pakistan players pulled it straight onto his feet.
Mike Johnson it was. But penalty corner. Can they do better this time? Trap this time, and they go low and just wide.
Yeah, it was just a bit of a mistrap at the top, which Abbas had to take a little bit more time to pick it up. And he's just missed the net to the right.
Let's have a look at it again. Just got the ball just a fraction behind him. Mason had dived into that corner, but wasn't required to make the save. Here's Pern, strongly into the circle, but once again not able to find an English teammate. Sucklane's ball was misdirected. Ben Sharp was charging along, but pace a bit too fierce for him. Opportunity for Pakistan on the counter-attack. This is Shabazz. John Wyatt does well. Earns a free. Takes it quickly, but just asked to, in fact, a 10-metre advancement for England. Wallis getting some close attention.
Oh, they should just wind the clock down now. England will realise how long to go.
Just 40 seconds it is on the clock, and England leading by 1-0. So they'll be delighted with this result at half-time, England. And Pakistan, well, I'd imagine that their coach Shanice Sheikh will have some stern words to his team. Here's Nadeem. A ball lifted from Nadeem. So 6 seconds now. And War will just wait for the clock to wind down. He does. So at half-time, surprisingly, I think to most, Mark Hager, England with just a solitary goal from the penalty corner.
Yeah, and they probably deserve their lead at the moment because they started off the game in an attacking mode and probably should have put one of those opportunities away. Pakistan haven't attacked that often. They've had 2 penalty corners, which obviously one just missed the net, the other one was mistrapped. But to England's credit, they've stayed in this game and they deserve their lead at the moment.
So as the England players just discuss their, perhaps they're just discussing that goal, they go in at half-time. John Wyatt the scorer, and they lead by 1-0 over Pakistan.
the game that's played in heaven. Tonight, we've got all the action and news. From the game that's played right here on Earth, domestic and international competitions, and much more.
Lovely pass, quick hands.
The Super 12 Series, the 5 nations. Rugby coming to you from all corners of the globe. World of Rugby, tonight at 9:30 on C7 Sport.
What do you think we'll expect from to see from Pakistan here, Mark?
I was just having a look at the positional changes, and Bashir Atif has moved to centre forward, which is where he's played most of the tournament. So I think Pakistan are definitely going to go on full attack, and hopefully they do, because once they start playing that sort of hockey, it's pretty to watch and very, very entertaining.
Here's Garcia. He's been involved in the first half. Had a couple of opportunities, Garcia, particularly at the top of the circle, to deliver to a teammate, and just wasn't able on most occasions to find a stick. Gerard comes to Johnson. Johnson just needed to follow that one up because Saclane was there from the rebound. Abbas looking for Irfan, who's lost the headband but still has a fair-sized bandage on the forehead.
It's huge.
Anyone coming from a sticker in the, I think it was their second match where he was carried off on a stretcher. We've seen a lot of hockey here. Sometimes the games meld together. I think it was against the Netherlands on Saturday where he was carried off on a stretcher, Mohammed Irfan, and had a nasty wound, but he's back in business. Plenty of noise from the English bench in the opening minutes of this second half. Well, whilst we've talked a lot about Pakistan wanting to ensure that they win this game to keep their tournament hopes alive, the English team will be doubly keen to open their account.
Just a few errors starting to creep in because of the turf. It's probably not watered as much as it should be, and it tends to bubble a lot more.
And sometimes, of course, with the at night you get the feeling that you don't need to water the pitch as much, but to be honest, I didn't see it at half-time. They watered the pitch. I can't remember seeing it being watered.
No.
Not much they can do about it now. Mohammed Sawa bringing the ball in from the sideline. Back to Saclane. Well cut out by Wallis. Again, not able to clear. Here's Atif Bashir looking for a way inside the circle. Well, he found a way in, but John Wyatt was there.
I think they have to hit the ball in there rather than push it. It's too easy to trap. As a defender, if the ball's belted, then it's a lot harder to get control of it.
Wasim Ahmed with pace. Goes around the outside of Daniel Hall. And at the top of the circle, there was an opportunity for Shawa. But Mohammed Sawa not able to make the most of that. He had a bit of space there.
They're the ones you have to trap. You only get half chances in these sort of games, and if you miss those traps, you might not get another one for the whole game.
Bashir goes left then right, then decides to come left, and a nice ball opportunity, and Mason was there. The shot from Shabazz. Well, Shabazz had space.
Mason's done well again. He's covered the goal very, very well on that, but Shabazz got in good position. It was a beautiful pass by Basif.
Of course, the English team, I fancy, have missed Julian Halls, who broke his hand in the opening game against Australia in the first couple of minutes.
And he had surgery apparently yesterday and had 6 pins put in the bone.
In fact, that game against Korea, I should say, their opening game, Australia started their campaign against England, but that forced England into a reshuffle defensively. Taking them a couple of games to cover for the loss of Julian Halls. As you mentioned, having surgery today, so we hope he's okay. Mike Johnson.
Shouldn't do your shoelace up while the ball's being moved around you there.
Can often cause difficulty. Here's Garcia. Strong ball from Garcia, but again, both sides just not able to make the most of their opportunities at the moment. 5.5 minutes gone, coming up to 5.5 down in the second half.
It's another trap missed by Shabazz there. The ball was moved very, very well into the circle, and you have to make those traps.
Shabazz, an experienced player, he's lining up for his 7th Champions Trophy. Olympian in 92 and 96. Of course, Shabazz Senior, one of the greatest players of all time. Opportunity for England. And into the circle, and a shot, and a rebound, and it goes into the back of the net, and England go up by 2-0. James Wallis.
They've done well here. He's had the goal shot, and Wallis has picked up the rebound off the pads. Very, very good play by England.
I think Stuart Head might decide that he wants to claim this one. His stick was there as well. He's ducking out of the way.
Oh, you always claim them.
Have a look here. Does Head get a stick on it? The shot comes from Wallis. I don't think so.
No, he was hiding. He was looking for a hole to get in very, very quickly there. But it's a great opportunist goal there by Wallis, and they're playing very well, England. And then they've made the most of their opportunities. They're not tending to make the missed traps in the circle where Pakistan are.
That goal coming 7 minutes into the second half. And 2-0. Well, Pakistan are in huge trouble now. Of course, a point not enough for them. They need to get the 3 points that comes with a win.
And I think it shows you the importance of the point system now. Pakistan have played 3 games, had 3 draws, so they're only on 3 points. England win this one, they go to 3 points, and they could go ahead of Pakistan in goal difference.
There was a bit of controversy when that came in, wasn't there? But mainly from those teams that played defensively.
Defensive hockey,
yeah. Of course, just 2 points for a win previously, but now the attacking teams are rewarded with an extra point for a win. And Pakistan attacking with urgency. Shabazz diving. Opportunity to come back to Shabazz, but well cleared by Wyatt. He's pretty unfazed in defence, John Wyatt. Here's the goal scorer, Wallis. Comes to Gerard. There's 3 defenders with him, but all standing off just for the time being. Here's Garcia. Goes out to Wallis, and back to Shane Head that time.
Yeah, England are prepared to take risks. They're throwing numbers up. Garcia's getting involved again early. And all they're basically doing is getting near the circle and belting the ball in, and it's putting Pakistan under a lot of pressure.
So Mohammed Irfan just moves forward to make position for a pass. Usman clearing for Pakistan, but again, the English team in form tonight. Here's Garcia. Goes to Daniel Hall. Strong ball. And Daniel Hall, I think it is, who's gone down. In fact, it's Wallis, the goal scorer. Just caught one in the forehead.
Oh, right across the forehead. It was accidental. The ball just had to be cleared, and he's just followed through.
Mohammed Sawar it was.
And he's given a corner against them for it.
Well, let's have another look at it here. What are your thoughts on this one? See the ball.
Well, the ball's
ricochets.
bubbled, but he's just cleared it. I mean, there was no malice in hitting him in the head. It was just a follow through of the stick. So it's a pretty harsh decision on the Pakistans.
So again, Giles not on the pitch. So Bertram and Garcia in the lineup for England. Wyatt to bring the ball in. Bertram, well, they both stood there and had a look at it that time. And on the counter-attack, Mike Johnson, the trapper, sprinting back, and a deflection goes wide. So a good counter-attack from Pakistan. Shabazz it was with the diving shot.
It's a good play, it was a good ball in, and Pakistan's luck's just not going for them in the right area. They're not just putting the ball towards the net.
Mike Johnson, the English trapper, had to dash back at 100 miles an hour. He knew that he was in trouble. Problem when you have your defensive players in the penalty corner lineup. Here's a replay of that, and Shabazz's deflection. Mason all over the right post. Well, if you were the Pakistan coach, what would your instructions be to the players?
Mine, I'd tell them to have a dip and start taking the players on.
Head goes to Mark Pern, and Pern with pace, a little bit far into the left corner of the circle. It just ran a little bit too far for Mark Pern that time. Sahel Abbas to Irfan. Here's Atif Bashir. Well trapped by Shabazz. And go to Sucklane. But again, English defence doing well. Have not allowed Pakistan to take too many shots at goal. Opportunity here, strong ball into the circle, but Billy Waugh is there. And as far as Abbas comes to Ahmed, here's Nadeem, again looking for the big ball into the circle. The follow through from Nadeem just catching Mike Johnson, who dropped the stick. There's Johnson just flexing that right wrist.
Pakistan are trying to go through the middle of the field too much, and it's such, as a defensive team, England are, it's so easy to mark because you just get your numbers in the middle of the field on top of the circle. It's just like going through a brick wall. Just looking for the Hail Mary, aren't they on every occasion? Not having a player in mind, just hoping that the big hit into the circle will find a teammate. Not working at the moment for Pakistan. 13 minutes down. England scoring in the second half, courtesy of James Wallis. Celebrated a birthday during this tournament, turned 25 years of age. Celebrate tonight with a goal. I'd love to celebrate a win also. So from the sideline for Pakistan, Amir Salim joined. They go high, and I think that one was in play for about 2.5 metres. So Garcia. This is Ben Sharp on the left-hand side for England. Comes back inside, still with Sharp. Well done again by Pakistan. Running out of the fence, Irfan. Teammates dash up to make position. We just have to hold up. Ugly attempted tackle by Mohammed Sawa, but the whistle had gone before that. They're in a bit of disarray at the moment, Pakistan. They need someone to just give them a spark at the moment. They're all sitting back waiting for someone to do something flashy.
Zawa was motioning to his teammates, particularly Sir Klein, to get into the position that he wanted. So not much coherence for... Oh, well, that is a shirt front. Ben Sharp goes down.
This will be a yellow.
Let's have a look at this. Sahal Abbas, well, possibly wasn't as bad as I thought on first inspection. I thought Abbas had intentionally canned into Sharp, but on the replay there, he's got the yellow card out though. Has Yin Soo Han. What did you think about that one?
Yeah, I was the same opinion of you. First of all, I thought he ran across his line, but he's just tried to turn to get the ball, and he's basically had his stick in his wrong hand and couldn't get it round quick enough, and it's just a clash of bodies. But Abbas has got the yellow, and he'll spend a little bit of time, and I think it'll be 10 minutes or more.
Well, he's got a headache, Abbas, and he'll have some time to get a discipline when he goes to the sideline. Or has he changed his mind? Perhaps. No. Did he get the card? I'm not sure if he did.
Yeah, he's walked straight up to him.
Well, he's brought out the pen to ensure that the name goes onto the palm, Yin Soo Han. So didn't allow Sahal Abbas even the opportunity to get up. He received the yellow card while prostrate on the ground, and he just comes to the sideline now. And he gets to have a rest. Sahal Abbas receiving the yellow card. So things going England's way at the moment. They lead 2-0, and now they only face 10 men. As we've mentioned, it's a minimum of 5 minutes on the sidelines once you receive the yellow card, but it is at the umpire's discretion. So can England capitalise here and get a third goal, which you would imagine would ensure a victory for them tonight? Though with 20 minutes to go, you never know. Here's an opportunity again. Ball goes back to John Wyatt. Transfer play across field. Back inside to Gerard. Johnson's touch was in search of Garcia, but Wasim Ahmed was there.
That might be just what Pakistan need to spur them on. You never know, that might ignite a flame with a player being sent off, and they'll have a bit more of a go. And you have to watch teams who only got 10 men, because sometimes they can you take them a little bit lightly.
It's amazing how often that happens, isn't it, in hockey and soccer, when the team goes down by one man. And, they manage to score. Wasim does well. Paul diving tackle. So they go forward, Pakistan. They trail by 2-0. This is Danish Kaleem onto Yusuf. But again, just not able to make the most of the ball when they move into attack, Pakistan. They've had trouble getting into the circle.
I'm just wondering whether this surface doesn't suit them at all. They like to play on a fast-flowing, flat pitch, and this one's a little bit spongy and bouncy, and they're really struggling with their basic skills.
Mike Johnson not showing any ill effects from a stick to the hand that he received earlier. A whistle. Not happy where the ball was played from. In fact, it's a 10-metre advancement, and Billy Waugh takes it forward about 25 metres. Got away with it though. Garcia's ball into the circle, lifted.
Which I think was an easy decision for the umpire to blow, but I thought it wasn't dangerous at all. If he had a trap there, he would have been having a goal shot, and it wasn't dangerous to any defender.
Here's the captain. He needs to lift his team, Atif Bashir. But again, just too easily out of defence for England. Jonathan Wyatt had done well on that occasion, but just an error on the right-hand side. Well, it's ruled a penalty corner for an intentional foot.
Probably should have been a yellow card as well, because there's no way he even tried to play it with the stick there. The foot's just dragged straight along the ground. And I think they have to come up with an interpretation if it's that deliberate, as we see again here. There goes the big right foot out. It has to be a yellow card.
It's pretty ugly, isn't it? And Ben Sharp, I hear the whistle for the card to come out. It didn't. So an opportunity now for Pakistan. Yusuf on the flick. Well done by Mason. Opportunity again for Pakistan, but brilliant save from Simon Mason. Opportunity on the counter attack for England. Muhammad Quazine, the Pakistani keeper, came right out to the top of the circle. But fortunately for them, Mohammed Usman was there. Let's have a look at this save from Simon Mason. He dives to the right. He did very well.
It's just too slow. Salah was too slow to get the shot back in and goal.
He was in the right position, but just the opportunity for an English stick, and they received a relieving hit. So the experienced Garcia, he just has a look around. Combines with Johnson. Back to Garcia, who goes further back to Wyatt. Here's Wazeem. There's plenty of sticks, not much action. Opportunity for Yusuf, just looking to get into the circle. Couldn't do so. Shot and off Mason. The shot coming from Usman.
And Mason's done well tonight. He's kept England in the game.
He's been the hero, hasn't he?
He sure has. He's had a fantastic game. He's made some really bread and butter saves.
Garcia not able to get the ball past Sawa. Opportunity again. Here's Mohammed Sawa, who works a penalty corner.
Pakistan have lifted their tempo a little bit and starting to attack a lot more. Throw a few more numbers up there. They know they have to win this game. There's only 14 minutes to net.
Well, you'd imagine that really they need to start right now. And they just have a conference, the attackers for Pakistan. Yusuf is there, joined by Amir Salim. Shabazz also an opportunity, and Salim, a strong shot. Again, Mason goes down and repels the Pakistan attack.
Yeah, very good save and very good rebounding from the English defence there. They made sure Pakistan had no opportunity at all to pick up the scraps.
Again, have a look at Simon Mason here, right on the goal line, and he goes down, and an opportunity to clear for England. So William Waugh just losing control, has to double back. So two good opportunities for Pakistan. A couple of penalty corners within minutes of each other.
They'd be very upset if Abbas has been sent off. Especially when he flicks over 110 kilometres per hour, and that's just a phenomenal pace. To lose someone like him for 5 or 10 minutes, as you can see, they've paid the price because of it.
Callum Giles on the field for England. Here's Tom Bertram. Over halfway now in this second half. How do coaches feel in this situation when the ball back along the sideline? There must be heart in the mouth. It's been a new innovation in hockey over the last 3 or 4 years, where players are that confident in their ability to pass the ball that they don't mind going back in front of the goal mouth.
No, that's right, and we've actually been experimenting bringing the keeper into it as well, so passing it back to the keeper and getting him involved in making the passes, and sometimes it is the old heart goes into the mouth.
So if you're coming up with tactics like that and you've developed them yourself, the players might blame the coach.
They do anyway when they lose.
Garcia backpedaling, and a fall for Gerard. Gets back to his feet. Here's Mike Johnson.
Get behind it, Bobby. Get ahead of it.
William Waugh.
Keep going,
Here, Barry Dancer just issuing some instructions to Tom Bertrand.
Still the running.
Pakistan just has to be a little bit careful now. They're starting to throw the stick on the tackles, and the umpires will not put up with it.
You won't last long doing that. So plenty of noise from Barry Dancer, just asking Ben Sharp to be a little bit more active. I'm sure he's delighted with his players so far, but he'd love to get the 3 points here. Of course, the Netherlands play Spain in the next game this evening, and the Netherlands with just 1 point from their 3 outings so far, and Spain in touch with Korea. Chance for them to improve their position with a view to making Sunday's final. And if England win here and the Netherlands lose, the world champs would be on the bottom of the ladder with just one of the pool matches remaining. Would have got some odds about that before the tournament beginning.
Pretty high odds in that one.
So a bit of urgency now for Pakistan, and Atif Bashir had got inside John Wyatt, but just not able to get the stick on the ball.
They just have to be a little bit careful. They're starting to throw the ball around and hold it a little bit more, but it's more in their own defensive half. They need to get the ball over the halfway line and hold it up there.
Sawar does well. Comes back to Ahmed. Mohamed Sawar, and he makes position again. In fact, it was Sawar who ran onto that ball from Wasim Ahmed. So Abbas back onto the pitch. He's spent probably the best part of the 10 minutes in the sin bin. So Pakistan, I'd love to have a penalty corner now. Here's Kaleem, and an opportunity for Shabazz. Again, just not able to get control on the turn.
Now, they've had some half chances in the circle, and it's basically been their basics that have let them down. They haven't been able to trap the ball dead.
Garcia back to Wyatt, only as far as the seam. There's Wasim Ahmed. Sawa goes wide, but again, the skills just letting Pakistan down. Mohamed Usman on that occasion. Again, plenty of noise coming from the English bench. Sharp. Well, he put plenty of pressure that time on Amir Salim. Inside the final 10 minutes, in fact, inside the final 9 minutes now, along the baseline. Stuart Head, number 14, was there. Mark Pern just couldn't get the ball to his fellow attacker. Well, they're in plenty of trouble now, Pakistan. Another attacking opportunity. Here's Mark Pern. Just outside the circle for England.
I'll be looking for a deflection here.
Heads there. So was Pern. And Ben Sharp just hitting the deck. Sawa now onto Irfan. Can go to Bashir, but that ball will be too strong.
Their skills, and they're not executing them properly tonight. It makes you wonder if a few of these Pakistan players are playing with injuries because they're not playing with the same live wire that they normally do.
Wonder how the weather does affect them. As we mentioned, 44 degrees today in Lahore, and about 4 degrees in Brisbane at the moment.
I'm sure it does. I mean, I used to hate playing in the cold, especially in my older age. The old bones and the muscles would seize up pretty quickly. And I mean, they're always used to playing in hot, humid conditions.
This is Naveed Asim. Goes to Bashir, but again, cut out by Garcia. This is Ahmed. Nice touch to Shabazz. Has been very quiet tonight. That was a brilliant ball. But Sawa, who dashed in again, just not able to get the stick onto that cross from Shabazz.
Beautiful cross. Oh, he should have been on his belly. Instead he's dived on his side, and they're very hard to deflect that way. You've got to give those the full face of the stick for them to go in.
Brett Garrard with a big ball. Barry Dancer just asking his players to have a little bit more care. There's an opportunity for England to counter-attack then. Ahmed goes to Abbas. Shabazz goes back to Ahmed. Back to Shabazz now. Nice ball to Yusuf. Abbas has come right up from defence. Just outside the circle for Pakistan. Well, they needed a goal desperately. Not that time. The clock counts down. They trail by 2-0. Pakistan's tournament in the balance. A good break from England. Head just not able to get control. He hassles though. Well done from Pakistan. You can sense the tempo just lifting a fraction. Mason required to clear. His kick was misdirected, but fortunately found a red shirt. Just the last minute or so, Mark, I feel the Pakistan tempo's lifted as they certainly understand the gravity of their situation.
Yeah, they have to push forward now, and Usman's getting more involved in the attack, but it's just their basics that is letting them down in the 25.
Shabazz, and Mason came out and was challenged by Asim. Bashir's all over the field at the moment. Goes back to Yusuf. And again, too easy for England. James Wallis, goal scorer for England in this second half. And Garrard just able to casually clear the ball. Here's Wallis. Nice ball to Sharp. Opportunity for England through Garcia. Nice touch from Sharp. Back to Garcia. And, well, a great opportunity for England.
Now, it's good play there by Russell Garcia. The ball was moved very quickly from Wallis to the right-hand side. They just couldn't finish it off in the circle.
They had the numbers there on that occasion, but just not able to make the most of that one. It would have certainly been the final nail in the Pakistan coffin. Here's Garcia again. Another opportunity for England. This is Johnson. Earns a penalty corner.
Yeah, protected the ball very well there, and it's very, very difficult to make a tackle there when players are protecting the ball with their stick.
In fact, Mark Hearn it was, who was running into the circle.
I'm just having a look at Stuart Head's glove, Dave. That is a beauty.
Yeah, I think we'll see that at Lord's later this evening in the semi-final between Pakistan and New Zealand at the World Cup.
Byrne did very well there to protect the ball.
So Wyatt will bring it in again. Giles is off the field, so Bertram and Garcia in the lineup. Mohammed Irfan took off before they even said on your marks. So Bertram with the strike, and Mohammed Quazim just went straight on the ground. He was lucky that the ball didn't get caught up in his pads.
Yeah, and he's got Ben Sharp for pushing in the back there.
So 2.5 minutes on the clock. This is Mark Pern. England leading by 2-0. Just a replay of the penalty corner. Bertram with the strike. Johnson just having a bit of difficulty with the trap, and as you said, he's just working his way around Ben Sharp.
Just desperation.
So England through Johnson. Rob Crutchley onto the pitch for the final couple of minutes. Inside 2 minutes now. And for Pakistan, this will be a disappointing result. England, who lost to Korea 3-2 on the opening night, then went down to Australia by 3-1, then had a crushing defeat by Spain 3-0. Looks certain to cause an upset. Wallis, goal scorer tonight, along with John Wyatt from a penalty corner. That goal coming in the first half. But inside the final minute now.
And England quite happy just to possess the ball.
Some pace from Pern down the left wing. Pearce and Crutchley just exchanging passes, and Pern, he's just happy to work for a free. Doesn't get it that time. Cleared by Usman. Only as far as Johnson, who's happy to see the ball go over the sideline. I wouldn't imagine there'll be any great hurry to take this one. 30 seconds remaining now. Azim just closing in, so Garcia couldn't go with the aerial. Well, an impressive performance, Mark Hager, from England, and a surprise victory.
Yeah, they played very well tonight. I mean, from the start, they showed their intentions by attacking the goal straight away, and they deserved their win. They put away their opportunities, and all credit to the whole lot of them. They haven't given up on the tournament. And now this puts them in a very good position to try and get that 3rd or 4th spot. And if you get one of those spots, then you're not playing for missing out on next year's Champions Trophy.
So they led 1-0 at half-time, and a solitary goal in the second half for England. And they've caused an upset here by defeating Pakistan, who had hopes that a victory tonight might provide the springboard for them. But we can rule them out now, and the race to join Australia in Sunday night's final comes down to just Korea and Spain. So England, the goal scorers John Wyatt and James Wallis, and for Pakistan, just disappointment tonight. Not able to find the back of the net.